So you want to get better at Fortnite, but you don't want to spend hours on end playing the game, which is understandable. You got a life, you got school slash college, you got a social life, you go to a gym, you got sleep, you gotta do other stuff. Completely understandable. Let's get into it. So, if you're in the past situation that I just described, you want to be on Fortnite as less time as you possibly can, so you can actually enjoy your real life, but also rank up in the game and be better. In this situation, creative is going to be your best friend. So, for starting off, let's get into a few creative maps. I'll leave my personal favorite picks on the top of the screen. You guys can copy that code and put them in and go through them, but I'll also be explaining them, why you should do those maps and what those maps are. So let's get into it. First off, you want to have a good 1v1 map. Make sure in that 1v1 map you have as much FPS as you can and you have as low ping as possible.
By this, DrCyber means make sure the map does not have any FPS drops, lag spikes, delay, etc.
I'll leave one link to the top of the screen, as I said in the start of the video, so you guys can copy paste that. That's the one that I use, but if you can find a better one and one that you prefer, go for it. Completely up to you. I would recommend 5 to 15 minutes of free builds in that 1v1 map.
For those of you wondering, the free builds are to help you warm up your muscle memory and to help you find and practice new builds that you never knew or thought about before.
Then after you got warmed up, go ahead and go fill on that map or get someone that you already have on your friends list to join and 1v1 you. I'd say do about 3 first to 5s, so about 5 to 15 rounds at least, and then you're good to go.
If you don't have any friends, which let's be honest, some of you could use more of, I recommend you join DrCyber's Discord server that will be linked in the description. There you can find people to 1v1 and people that you can get better with. We also host weekly scrims there as well and plan on hosting them up to 2 to 3 days a week in the future. The scrims will help you further improve. Now back to you, DrCyber.
From there, I recommend you hop on into a box fights and a Zone Wars FFA map. I'll leave an old one linked up in the video if you guys want to go there. Me personally, I know the weapons are outdated in that map, but I still personally like it. It's a fan favorite, it's an OG map, and it still gets me warmed up, so completely up to you what you want to do, but go for that. Do that for, let's say, 10 rounds-ish, tops.
This will help you further warm up and get into the habit of getting into different situations, so when you experience them in-game, you won't be caught off guard.
From there, if you still need a warm-up, and this step is completely optional, go into a FFA map, such as the pit or any other map that you can find. After you get decently warmed up, what you want to do is hop on into an edit course. Me personally, I prefer Raider's edit courses. He has a lot of them made, but I'll leave 1 to 2 of them linked on the screen. You guys can go to those.
These types of maps will help you get the hang of editing, so when it comes down to it, you'll be better off. Eventually, they'll make you more confident in yourself and your edits. The 2 maps that DrCyber linked on the screen are really good ones. The first one is just to help you get used to the editing mechanic, including double, triple, and quad edits. And the second one is to help you get used to piece control edits. Make sure you practice them both.
I don't know why. I don't really play anybody else's edit courses, but his edit courses, I'm telling you, beautiful. Beautiful. Do a couple levels of those. I normally go for 1 to 3 depending on how I'm feeling. So up to you. Keep in mind, you don't want to spend too much time in creative because you actually want to get some rounds in as well so you can rank up. So just keep that in the back of your head. After you hit up that edit course, you want to go into a 1v1 piece control map. Why this? So you can get into a real life situation. And by real life, I mean like a real game situation. Let's say you're in a ton of builds, it's you versus another dude, and you need to come up top. Your edits are going to be peak in that situation. So you want to go into a 1v1 piece control map. Practice those real quick. Going for, say, 1 to 2 rounds. And by 1 to 2 rounds, I mean, I believe the one that I linked on screen has about like 10 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. So do it 1 or 2 times. Or just do it 5, depending on how you're feeling, basically. If you think you're already warmed up and you're good to go, you're chilling. Don't gotta overdo it, basically.
Silly DrCyber, he forgot to mention one of the most important things. Aim trainer. Maps. Don't skip out on those unless you want your aim to be worse than DrCyber. No wonder he forgot to mention that. But let me fill you in on that instead. You want to be doing aim trainers for about 5 to 10 minutes in your warm-up. Obviously, you can reduce or increase the time depending on your skill level. Just make sure you do them, though. You don't want to be out there with cracked builds and edits, but with the aim of Ninja or DrCyber.
From there, the first map that I link, I'm going to link that on the screen again. After you've done all this, go back in.
While editing this, I realized DrCyber made an oopsie, so I had to intervene. Instead of going back to a normal 1v1 map, go into a Speed Realistics 1v1 map. That way, you'll be able to truly see how you've improved. It will also help you adapt to quick situations and fights.
have a first to 5 with either one of your friends or a fill person. It's going to be a 1v1. After that, you're ready. Just play a pubs around it and you're chilling. That's all you got to do. Play at least 1 to 2 actually. Depending on how you do in your first round, you can go and hop on into rank.
For some honorary mentions, we have to include Endgame Realistics and Edit Pump Wars. Feel free to drop some other maps in the comment sections that you believe players that are trying to get better can benefit from. We're all in this together.
And for those of you out there that have a low-end PC or just a low-end device, I'll leave a video linked in the description and I'll also have it tagged up in the corner somewhere. Click that after this video, watch that, because that video is going to help you get an FPS boost. Be a minor FPS boost, it might be a high-end FPS boost. Either way, it's going to help you out. And let me know in the comments if you want a video how to get 0 delay or less delay than you already have at the least. But that is it. That's how you're going to have a consistent routine, be able to get your stuff done IRL, and then have some time left over for this warm-up. All in all, this warm-up should take you about, let's say 30 minutes to 45 minutes, assuming you're new to this warm-up. After a while, you can start dropping some stuff off about how you're feeling. You can start lessening the time on certain maps depending on how your skill level is at that point. Eventually, it should go ahead and cut down to 15 to 25 minutes. Hopefully, your warm-up does not stay 30 minutes overall. Because keep in mind, the key for this is to spend less time as possible so you can actually get some time for real games and you don't gotta chuck away times from your real life. Just keep that in mind. But that's it for the video. And I'll see you guys on the next one, hopefully.